the comedy that God has placed on the inside of you is a gift from Him,
It's
and
all
you
from
realize
him.
that.
He writes the jokes. I'll be
Yeah.
sitting there, and sometimes he'll just say, it'll come to, I'm like, that's funny, you know, and I just go out and say it, and then he's like, I told you, I'm good, I'm God, you know, I parted the Red Sea, I can give you a career, you know, and so it's really God, and if you keep giving God all the glory and all the praise, just like, you know, we're doing here today, there's nothing we can't do.
Why do you feel so passionate about that?
Because it's changed my, it's like I don't have the testimony like I was, you know, in a street gutter and all these, it was just, it can be like everyday people that I was living a life and I wasn't satisfied with where I was, even though I had this Hollywood success. God reached down and yanked all the junk out of my heart and then gave me my dreams. And I am living proof that I can live a fairy tale. And I don't mean that in some cliche way, but just getting up every day, it's good. Like He's letting me do this. I'm here. This is amazing. Y'all don't know how many years I struggled, you know, on my own. And then now God's like, you know what? It's your time to praise me, and I'll let you do it. But it is a mission field. It's not a lost mission field, but it's just a struggle time, you know, when they're Christian bashing, and then I have to go up and go, didn't you see the passion? We're in right now. You know, it's our time. George Bush is in office. We're very trendy. So that's, you know, the struggle.
Well, it sounds like you're winning it. But back to the single thing, girl.
That's right, girl.
Because, you know, I feel you. I feel you.
Talk to me. What is the Lord telling you to ask me?
Now, you know, in your book, you talk about all these different dating experiences you have. You know, you've done the internet dating thing. You've done the long distance thing. I tried that.
Yeah.
The missionary thing.
Yeah.
Then you had the stalker in there.
Yeah. That's not funny.
No,
it was,
that's not funny.
well, no, it was, you know,
You get prisoners, too.
Yes. Well, the thing is, they have a lot of time to read their Bible when they're in prisons, and then you know where they are at night.
And
so
they watch
good.
Aspiring Women
That's
in prison.
true.
Yeah,
They
do. I get a lot of letters from them.
You know, I'm all about the internet. I know a lot of people that have met their mate. I met a stalker, and he was from Chicago. I'm not kidding. He could be here right now. I don't know. But in all seriousness, the message is it's not about what you do. It's about where your heart is. And my heart was never in the right place when I was like, I'm just waiting on God, but I like long walks by the beach. You know, everybody likes long walks by the beach. You could be from Ohio, and everybody writes the same thing. So I had some bad experiences because my heart was not looking to God. I was looking to be like that weird science movie and design my mates, and God was just protecting me. He was just not going to let it work out that way.
Okay, now I hear you like chick flicks.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I
Except that
know.
it's depressing as a single woman to watch.
But
you know.
because the happily ever after thing isn't always so.
Well, and the thing is, it's Hollywood's message of happily ever afters. Girl meets boy, sexual Olympics begin. She acts debaucherous, and then she gets him or his brother at the end of the movie. Roll the credits. Bridget Jones, she jumped Hugh Grant. She got Colin Firth. Now that is not fair, you know. Like what? I just put on a mini skirt. I get Colin Firth, you know. So I would eat Ben and Jerry's by the truckload after those kind of movies. I had to hide the cookies under my roommate's bed when anything with Meg Ryan was on, you know, because Julia Roberts, forget it. Forget it. It's like Bitter Party of One when those movies would come on. So, you know, I don't think Hollywood quite has it yet to minister to the Christian single woman.
Well, are they really that happy out there? Tell the truth and shame the devil.
No. They're all terribly unhappy with their rich and famous, and you know, if I was dating Colin Firth, I would be so unhappy, wouldn't you, Michelle? That would be horrible if Matthew McConaughey were to call me like right at 376-4242. That would be wrong. That would be a sin. But we got Mel Gibson. You know heaven's going to be good. You know?
You know, in your book, you talk about this cute guy in the last chapter that you met.
And I kind of left that open-ended.
Yeah, what's up with that?
You know, it's hard to explain what happened. That crazy comic. Let me just show the video, because there's only one way to explain what happened.
Okay.
And he's in the house. Let's welcome Ron!
You forgot your ring.
Again?
Yeah, you need to keep that on.
I get used. It's hard to get used to because
lot less fighting for
it's
me.
so sparkly.
It's so beautiful. Look at this.
I know.
Oh,
Just
my
pass it on
word.
down.
It's from Korea.
It says made in Korea, but I can't get it wet.
Don't drop
That's
it.
what he says.
Don't drop it.
We freeze it at night, but it's good. We just decided we're broke, and so our theme is going to be no money. And so we had to distract our guests to the fact that they weren't eating. So we would do fun, and we had to charge cover, which is $5. But we had really fun stuff. Like we had a chocolate fountain, and instead of a wedding cake, we had Krispy Kreme donuts because we're obsessed with Krispy Kreme. I love it. And we just did everything fun. It was a Hollywood-themed Korean, Irish, Italian wedding, which is so
Stereotypical.
yes.
No.
It rhymes with ravioli.
This is how we're introducing her?
Poma,
You can do it. Let's pray for you.
Poma, ravioli. No, Poma, Pomarolli. Pomarolli.
He'll never
know
say it right.
Pomarolli.
Kerri,
Pomarolli.
Yeah.
Be healed.
You're famous, but you're so famous. I should be able to pronounce it.
And it doesn't make sense what we do as Christians in Hollywood. And having that gift of discernment is the only thing that keeps us standing.
That's right.
Because so many times I'm human, I'm tempted. I really wanted, rent money and all those good things. Glamorous lifestyle. And you walk away, but God's like, the blessings, I know you believe this, the blessings are not the kind of house you're gonna live in, but to see the emails that I got, and this woman said, my mom had cancer, and you made me laugh, and I didn't want to come, and you made me think about God, and I was really angry at God.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't the jokes, it was the Holy Spirit, and I was telling my story, and I was like, oh Lord, I'm preaching, I'm gonna get in trouble, but they wanted me to do it, and so God was just like, look, you can't do that in a movie. You can't do that in a film. I mean, yet, we're working on it.
Right.
But he said, you have a big mouth and a lot of issues, and I will use you where you're at. And so that was so cool.
That's right.
Well, how did you ever get into stand-up? Because that is the toughest field ever.
Yeah. I used to say I would stand on my head with my underwear and sing Pledge of Allegiance before I would do stand-up. I really did. Act of God, really.
I know.
And the thing is, I started to feel compromised in Hollywood, unfortunately, with the material that I was able to really accept. And I'm sitting there one day, and I just felt, stand-up comedy, because I could be clean and tell my stories, and God was control it. Absolutely. And it was just kind of one of those things where I said, look, I've tried all these other forms of entertainment. Let's be proactive, as we women like to be.
For you.
And we women, we got stuff to say, right? So it took off, and it's been an amazing roller coaster, and I've never looked back. I was Christian, and I thought there was this boundaries thing, and I'm like, is it a sports term, or is it something I should be using in my dating life? And I was going through the trenches, and I knew that there were other people. So literally, my mother likes to call that book Kerri's Dirty Laundry, because I basically published my dating diary. I would write, look, I'm a grown woman, I know what I'm doing, and the next entry would be like, all right, God, so maybe you were right about that one, And so it was just sort of a book written in the trenches, day by day.
Did you go on those,
eHarmony. I'm the only person in America that I think I failed the eHarmony quiz. There's 470,000 singles, and you take this quiz. It's like 500 questions to really find your mate. And I got a letter, and it said, "Dear Miss Pomarolli, we have 400,000 singles, and no one for you because you have issues." And I was like, I like to call them prayer requests, but I'm like, here's $40. Buy yourself some dinner. But no, I did the dating thing.
Did you do a lot of dating?
I did. Oh, I'm good, girl. 50 chapters.
She has all kinds
you
of
name
stories
it. I had a ministry, JFK, Jews for Kerri. I dated all the Jewish boys. I would be like, have some ham pizza. It's good. Prosciutto, come over. 2 holidays away,
Yeah, and they have such great snacks, and they were free.
I know. You know what? We should get our own TV show.
That's a great idea. Then we could get all the snacks for free for ourselves. Ron, I married you because you are so smart.
Yeah, I am. And I'm actually kind of hungry.